Doing a little day hike today, heading out to see the tunnel or the mine, small mine that Ranger Pulaski saved all those other men. The old 1910 fire that blew up, destroyed the whole town pretty much, but that was one of the biggest fires. I think it was one of the biggest fires in U.S. history. Not so sure anymore with more of the recent stuff that's gone on, but back then, yeah, 85 firefighters died. Pulaski saved about 40 of them in this mine. That he knew the area. He's a ranger full-time, but part of their task is to lead firefighting crews on any stuff in the national forest. So anyway, we're going to trek down. It should be a 2-mile hike, and we'll get to see that spot where he knew, led them all in. That led to a tool that was named after him in firefighting, of course, the Pulaski. I know some of you guys know that one. All right, see ya. As you can see, that's a mine that he went into, Pulaski, and his men, or the men he gathered. You can read all the facts about it online. There's a lot of good information, but yeah, pretty amazing. Yeah, this is an awesome memorial here for all those firefighters that died in the fire, August, which is weird. I'm in August right now of 1910. And it's got a pretty good fact stuff here of all the crews, who died on the crew, how many, and they've got them planked in here. I have a feeling the big wind shift and everything, I mean, these guys were beat by the time this thing was going overhead. Pulaski got on scene late, gathered up the crew of what he could. It's purely black. Couldn't see anything, and because he was a local ranger in the area, knowledgeable of the trails and this mine shaft, which, I mean, you would not know it's there unless you were, this was your area. So yeah, and it's got all that downshoots, all the downshoots. Obviously, if crew were in there, they were dead. It's hard to believe anybody survived it because it blew through the town a few days later. But yeah, you got Hollingshead's crew, 18 dead. Bell's crew, 7. Pulaski, 6 died. Danielson, Taylor's. Storm Creek Camp, there's 27 died. So yeah, pretty impressive survival thing. And they didn't put up any memorials till later. I mean, it wasn't until 1927 that they finished the one out in St. Mary's, and then Pulaski lobbied for 11 years to get some sort of a memorial for. They had common graves. They didn't know who they were, so they buried them all together. Anyway, Pulaski would actually go up there and take care of grave sites with his own money and his own time. So pretty impressive. Sounds like a great captain. There's not enough of those. Anyway, that's enough. Oh yeah, just the tidbits of him running in. So the 6 guys died. The 1 guy died for the tree falling down on top of him on the run, and then the 5 others died later in the hospital. Pulaski was blind for nearly 2 months, had pneumonia. Yeah, he actually left the hospital way early, blind, but had to go home. Wanted to make sure he had somebody ride him on horseback home to make sure his wife and child were okay, which they were. And they since moved out of Wallace before the fire hit, and they transferred Pulaski back to the hospital for a few more months. Anyway, great story. You got to do this trail. It's beautiful. Surroundings are beautiful. The locals of Wallace did a great job. A lot of historical people put this together, so totally appreciate that. Awesome. Guys, go to it. I don't think I'll ever use another Pulaski again. Unless I buy that cabin in the woods, maybe. No, I'm just running. See ya. Yeah, walking this trail, you can't help but think about all the good captains you've had over your career. I've had 33 years. I've had 33 different captains. That's counting 2, the county that I had. But yeah, I mean, obviously top of my list is Jim Moss, Mark Bingham, close second. You know, Gross close, Dombrowski. Those are all great captains. And of course, John Correll, who taught me how to use the Pulaski. Well, maybe he didn't. I don't know who taught me, but I love John. So a little shout out there. Anyway, yeah. Great deal here.